Announcer, FSRCC.
That we found ourselves today, you can agree with me that information is generally accessible. You might be going somewhere now and you're not sure of the location. All you need to do is go to the e-map. The e-map generally becomes your best companion. Or you're reading and you're stuck somewhere, just go online and the answers are there. And these things just came to the fore because of the internet. And with the invention of the internet came the social media platform where people all over the world can now interact in real time. But the bad thing is that amidst all the advantages of the internet and social media, there are still a lot of clandestine activities that go on in the internet and social media. And that brings us to the topic of discussion today, which is youth, internet use and abuse. You all can agree with me that, especially in this part of the world, our youths abuse the internet and social media. But before I continue, I want to go to the streets for their thoughts on today's topic. My name is Anwuli Onyeko. When I come back, I will reveal my guest, so don't go away.
The internet is a curse, because trust me, internet can never ever be a curse. Internet is a reality, because without the internet we miss out on a lot of things. I mean, I can imagine myself living in the 80s and the 70s, and trust me, I am glad I am born in this age at this time, because I get to know what is happening around the world, what is happening everywhere really. It can be a cause depending on how you view it. Yeah. There are people that go to internet, what you go there to do, it can be a cost to you. So it all depends on the mindset. What are you looking at for there? So it's not a cost.
It has its positive impact as well as negative impact. It depends on how you utilize it. Okay. People use it for business, use it for to build contacts, use it for to build your career, use it for social, engagements, which you can positively channel, while others use it negatively. And you can't say it's a cause.
I'm not saying because it has a negative side and then forgone the positive side of it. So what do we do? Since we have seen that this thing is helping us, but there is an area that is not helping us, they will now try and see if we can continue, like enlighten people that this side of it is not going to contribute to our growth. Then what do you do? That we want you to focus more on the positive side of it that will lead to both individual and societal growth at large.
Welcome back. Like I told you earlier that when I return, I'll reveal my guests. So it's time for me to reveal them. Saying on my left is Mona Chijoke. Mona Chijoke is a student of one of the Nigerian universities. Mona, glad that you're here in our program.
Glad to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you.
All right, thank you very much. And I equally have Emmanuel Ilo. Emmanuel is a civil servant with one of the parastatals in Enugu State. Emmanuel, glad that you're here to speak.
Pleasure.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's go into the main activity of the day. First off, Mona, I want to start with you. You're a youth and you're in the university. That means you're very, very vibrant. Most times when I sit back, I think that the Nigerian youths are overly mentally dependent on the internet. Do you think that the Nigerian youths are overly mentally dependent on the internet?
Overly mentally dependent. Overly mentally dependent, yes. we were born in this generation where like the internet grew with us, so we are used to having it as our right-hand companion. I would say it's to our advantage because we are better at it. We use it to our own good. I wouldn't say overly dependent, yes, but not overly.
All right, thank you very much. Muna said that the youths are not overly mentally dependent on the internet. Emmanuel, do you have a contrary opinion? What do you think about this?
Yes, I have a contrary opinion.
Okay.
I think that the use of today, we are mentally over-dependent on the internet.
Okay, now you believe that the youths
I believe the youths are
overly mentally dependent.
Yes.
Okay. It's you said your points. Mona differs with you, but let's forge ahead. Looking around us, you can see in primary school now, you see kids using phones, even Android phones at that. At what point do you think is right for parents to give their kids phone, for them to have access to internet and social media? Emmanuel.
Okay, I think from the age of 16 is suitable. It's a suitable age where a child can, control his emotion, have, let's say, 80%, 100% control of his thoughts. If you look at what's happening these days now, you see a kid of 10 years and upwards using a phone. It's not mentally okay. I don't think that the kid can actually handle the content he or she is seeing on the phone.
All right. Internet, maybe as from 16, that's probably when they are done with their secondary school education. So Muna, what time do you think is right for youths and teens to have access to phones and the internet?
I will try to support him here because I feel like we should use the secondary school as a guideline. I feel like when you're done with secondary school, you're mentally mature enough to actually be able to face the internet. You're ready to face the consequences of the things you post online. I feel like that would be the right time frame.
Yeah. Okay. So when, take for instance a child, because some people will tell you that, okay, their kids go to school, they need to give them phones so that they'll be able to communicate with them, talk with their teachers. So what do you say about such parents and their kids?
I say no problem. There are a lot of phones that come without internet access. You will still be able to talk to your child. If it's a security measure, sure, that's nice, that's smart. Give them a phone that is not connected to the internet. If your child wants to go on the internet, they should be there with parental guidelines. You should be there.
Parental guidelines, and with all the pressures that comes with being a parent in Nigeria, how many parents do you think are ready, that have the time to stay with their kids and monitor their internet?
I think the parents needs to do a lot on this now.
Okay.
Because we need to monitor what our kids are using their phones for, what they are viewing, what they are posting online, the content they are reading.
Okay.
I think the parents needs to do a lot on that.
Okay.
So as to reduce this mess that social media and internet is bringing these days.
All right.
And the negative part of it.
All right, thank you. I'm still on you, Emmanuel. You can agree with me that internet can be used to do a lot of things.
Yes, exactly.
But unfortunately, from my own side, I don't feel that, especially youths in Nigeria, that they channel their energy towards the right side of the internet. Take, for instance, education. Do you think that the youths are using the internet to enhance their education, to project themselves forward?
Yes, to some extent. Some use it for educational research, googling and searching for informations, doing their assignments in school.
Okay.
And even going further from what the lecturers taught them in school.
Okay.
But these days, the negative part, I think, is more than the positive part.
Okay.
Because of what this cyber crime of a thing, they used to call it Yahoo Yahoo.
Okay.
So many young people are engaging on it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Muna, you're a student in one of the Nigerian universities, so I want to use you as a guinea pig now. Do you think that the Nigerian youths are using the internet educationally and positively, or is the internet generally a huge distraction for the youths?
I feel like we shouldn't blame the internet for our distractions. Before the internet, people went to school. If you wanted to be distracted, you go outside and play football instead of being in class. With the come of the internet, the internet didn't bring distraction. It's always been there. Yes, sure, there are a lot of flashy things that could distract you, but if you want to focus, you will focus. So going on the internet and then trying to blame it on the internet is not a mind of its own. You have your mind. It's a tool. So it depends on how you use it. So I feel like the internet will help us educationally. It does a lot. Sure there's.
It does. What, like using you now, what do you do with your internet time? What do you do in school? What do you do with your internet time?
I won't lie and say like, oh, all I do is read. Of course, there's the social media apps, there are the gaming apps. But then when a lecturer gives you an assignment and doesn't properly discuss on it or like explain it, you go on YouTube, you see step by step like definitions of what you need. You're done for. Your whole semester in 15 minutes. That is possible because of the internet.
Okay. Okay. Let me agree with you here. Let me hope that the youth are doing what you're saying that they are doing. Okay. Emmanuel is a bigger youth now. At least he's working. So I'm sure he will not agree with you 100% in this thing you just said. Okay. Now let's move forward. Most times we hear the youths constantly complaining about non-inclusion and relegation, but we know that the internet is there, social media is there, and it's a huge platform. Then I sit back and wonder, if they are complaining, why are they not using this platform that is global to project their cause, to drive home their point? Emmanuel?
I think on this very case, there was a time when we had what they call answers.
Okay.
Of this. So I think that was when we used our youth, we used the internet in a more positive way, because that protest alone is shook the whole world. Demanding that these people should get off the street, they should stop harassing our youth, our innocent youth, they should stop intimidating our innocent youth. So I believe that is a good channeling of the internet towards the positive energy.
Okay, you've given the NSAS protest as a case in point, yes. But I think it's more than a year now, and it's like that they've gone to sleep again. So Muna, let's have your view. Do you think, why is it that the youths are not using the huge platform, that's the internet and social media, to drive home their points, because they're always complaining of non-inclusiveness, relegation, that the old ones are still there, and new people are always in the social media and using the internet. So I wonder, why are you guys, when I mean you guys, I'm talking about the youths, why are you not using this huge platform properly?
Okay, I feel like we are using it, but not to its full extent. A lot of us put videos online that make like political issues as they frame them as jokes. We tweet a lot, we have fun with it. I feel like if you could just, I'm not telling you to cancel out your whole comedy content, because that will ruin your following. I'm telling you to take at least 1% of that comedy content and try to talk more on political issues. It would help a lot. At the same time, we can't blame it all on the youth. The youth have tried and they have not behaved like the NSAS. They did speak a lot, but at the same time, we didn't get the end result we hoped for. So I guess we should try better, and the government should try to hear us better.
Can I comment on this?
Oh, sure, why?
Okay, why? I believe the youths on this, the youths are doing somehow well to an extent, because some of my followers on Facebook, most of those I follow, they use this social media to drive home their demands. I read a lot about issues of governance, the bad government, the insecurities, and all these issues in the country. Youths are participating on that. They're talking more on that. So I believe the youths also, they're not left out entirely on using social media to tell the government this is what they need for them to do. Besides this, and besides this, young, not too young to run bill, I think we have been using social media to promote it, and to some extent, some governors are queuing.
Okay. You might say that people are using the social media to project your cause, to drive home your issues, but maybe if your 110% are the ones doing it, do you think it's a pass mark? Because most users I see online are those ones that are ready to show up to be nude. I don't see them as being serious. When you throw up a serious topic to be discussed, most of them withdraw, they go back. But bring out dancing or something that is everybody will be out there.
It's because the percentage of the people that are using it on this very issue now, they are less than people that are using it just for fun, to do comedy stuff, just to have fun on the internet. So that is why I think we are still on the level where we are.
So as youths now, what do you think can be done for the youths to be more focused? As I like discuss serious topics, talk about things that will improve them in the social media, and at least reduce the jokes and the nudity. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm talking about now the nudity.
I don't know what to do about the nudity, but the jokes are kind of the way the youths cope with the stress in this country. If you don't laugh, you will die. Nigeria will kill you. So you have to understand that it's a coping mechanism. And that's why I spoke about the 1%. If all those influencers, as they are termed, take out 1% of their videos, time, content.
Who are the influencers? Sorry to cut you short. Who are the influencers?
These are people that we consider trendsetters. You go online, it's quite easy nowadays. You do something people haven't seen, or something they think, they term cool, acceptable. And if you can keep up with the trends, you are deemed an influencer. Your following grows, your videos get more views. So after a while, you begin to influence other people.
Sorry to cut you. And what do they do that make their following grow? I bet you they don't discuss serious topics. What do they do that make people follow them?
The social media was made as an entertainment route.
Okay.
So it is normal that it's not exactly always important business that is being discussed. It's expected. People go on social media to feel happy, to feel better about themselves. Imagine running away from your problems at home and opening Instagram and someone is now putting their own problem on you.
Okay.
So this is why they do this fun things, the nudity, because it's popular nowadays, and that kind of thing. They're trying to grow their following. Okay, do what you have to do. But then when you have that following, what do you use that following to do?
Okay.
That is why I keep talking about that 1%, because I feel like you can start big. You cannot just change your whole content. You will lose followers that way. But adding a little bit, of the political issues of this country, the economical issues, the voice of the youth into your content will not drop your followings, but it will also help educate your followers.
Also, I think we need what they call orientation, our youth. We need more of orientation about this, because let me just take for example, especially among our young years, you may have them using iPhone 12 Pro Max, all these big phones, but ask them who is the Minister of Information in Nigeria. They don't even know.
All right, so that brings you to what I'm talking about.
In Russia and Ukraine, I don't even know. Let me see this one, comedy.
Exactly what I'm saying. We've been talking about youth, internet use and abuse, and we are going on a break now. I tell you, the program will continue in a bit. Don't change the channel. back, I still have my guest in the studio. I still have Mona Chijoke, who is a student of one of the Nigerian universities. I equally have Emmanuel Ilo, who works as a civil servant in Enugu State. And before we went on break, we've been talking about youths, internet use and abuse, and it's been a huge discussion. In fact, they've been dragging me left, right and center, but we are still here and we're still moving forward. Emmanuel, so how do we get ourselves out of this mess of social media and its negatives, the internet, social media and all the negativities that it comes with, so that we'll focus more on the positives? What's your last word? How do we move forward?
We have, like I said before, we have to have what they call orientation on the use of internet. Let us make a good use of the internet. Let us, even if there's a program that we can organize by some ministers of information, let us teach our youths how to make a positive use of the internet, how to portray a positive, image about ourselves via the internet, so that we see even our other countries will recognize us as a good citizen, as a great people that we are. I believe that Nigeria is a great nation and we are good people.
All right, thank you very much. Mona, what's your last word? How do we get ourselves out of the mess of the negativities of the internet and its wahala?
Okay, this one is for the viewers. It all boils down to you. It's you. Do you make yourself better? You know what you could use the internet for? Do it. Positive, think positive, because as much as we are influenced by other people, it's you that's been influenced. They are just people swaying you. Stand strong, be your own person. If you decide you use the internet for better things, done. I'm trying to tell people that if every one of us tries to be a better person, somehow it's a cause a chain reaction and everybody will be better for it. So as much as we want to talk to this person to do better and talk to that person to do better and tell people to help us, at the end, you will help yourself first. God helps those who help themselves. Think about your own mental health. Think about yourself. Think about how you could be positive on the internet and to spread out.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for all your opinions on today's topic, youth's internet use and abuse. And from my own part, it's obvious that the internet has conquered the space and time. In fact, if you're in Nigeria, it feels that you can talk with somebody in America, in Asia, and interact in real time. That's the wonders of internet. But it's quite unfortunate that on this side of the divide, Nigeria, it's as if what our youths do more with the internet is the negative. You're talking about the scammers, the Yahoo, the 419s and all what we have there. But I tell you, it can be better. It can equally get better. Just channel your energy to the positive sides of the internet. We have e-commerce. There is crypto. A lot of things that you can do with the internet. People live, earn salaries every day from the internet. So why not make yourself one of such people? Why do you go to the negative sides? At this point, I pray that God helps the youths of this country to channel their energy more to the positive sides of the internet rather than the negative. My name is Amulio Yekong, and we've been talking about youth's internet use and abuse, and I've equally had Emmanuel Ilo and Mona Chijoke. Guys, thank you for having answered our call. And I hope next time we come calling that you guys will be here. Thank you very much. And for everybody in the studio who has made this possible for us to be here, I say a very big thank you. Remember that this program comes up every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hopefully we'll be here next week. See you then.